Hello, beautiful souls. A couple of weeks ago, I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she was really in a dark place, like really frustrated and angry, saddened. I'd say probably hopeless, is a good way to describe it, but a lot of emotions going on. And she made the comment how everything positive she was reading, basically, she felt like it was a load of crap. And I got that. Like, I've been there so many times in my life. And I said, well, yeah, where you're at, it's going to seem like a load of crap because you can't get there from where you're at. You can't get there from here. And she said, well, how do I get back to that? I said, well, you have to find a place of neutrality. And that just kind of rolled off my tongue really naturally. But what does that mean? So we discussed that. And what it means is, Abraham Hicks talks about, she uses an example of if you're driving down a San Francisco hill, and if you've been to San Francisco, they're not just little hills, really steep, treacherous. And anyways, Abraham Hicks talks about how if you're traveling down that hill in a car, you're gaining momentum, you're gaining speed, and you're gaining momentum. You can't get in front of that car and just stop it. You can't even slam on the brakes and just come to a complete stop. It's not going to work that way. No one can jump in front of it and stop that car. You've gained that momentum. And that's what happens with these thoughts and emotions. And it doesn't matter of what nature, they gain momentum. So if you imagine that car hitting a piece of pavement that's level, if it's level enough, if it's neutral enough, it will slowly start to slow down, and eventually it will come to a stop. So the same thing with your emotions and with your thoughts. If you are in a place of pain, if you are in a place of despair, of hopelessness, of fear, of anger, of resentment, you're not going to be able to turn that around on a dime. It's not as easy as just get over it. It doesn't work that way. So you have to find that place of neutrality and end that momentum. Let that momentum dissipate so it gives you a place where you can take off to go into a different direction. So then she asked me, well, how do you do that? And I thought, well, in my personal experience, what I've done is I literally do the next best thing that will make me feel good. Sometimes it's a nap. Sometimes it's a glass of wine. It could be reading my favorite book, watching my favorite movie, listening to my favorite song. It could be a break. Maybe you have kids and you're just tired. You need a break. Allow someone to give you that break. So whatever that next best thing that will make you feel good, that's how you do it. There's no to-do list. There's no, well, I should do this. Just do the next best thing that feels good to you. And these emotions are valid. We are humans having this human experience. We are going to experience these emotions. We can label them bad or good. They just are. But the key is, what are you doing with those emotions? And does it feel good? When you are stuck in anger or sadness, resentment, all of those things, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to the body. It doesn't feel good to the psyche. So we can allow those emotions and also allow them to not gain traction. It's okay if you have these emotions. What are you going to do with it? So I just encourage you, if you're in this space, or if you find yourself in this space in the future, find that place of neutrality. Do the next best thing for yourself that feels good. Much love.